Good morning, everyone. I am pleased to present an overview of the Ministry of Transport's budget allocation for the fiscal year 2024-25, along with key highlights for the upcoming fiscal period. The Ministry of Transport's 2024-25 fiscal year budget is $68,246,000. This is a decrease of $4,105,000 from the 23-24 fiscal year. Departments within the Ministry of Transport are Ministry Headquarters, Department of Marine and Ports, Transportation of Control Department, and Department of Public Transportation. The Ministry of Transport's estimated revenue for 24-25, as I said, is $42,048,000. The majority which will be accounted for within the operations of TCD, Transport Control Department. The Ministry Headquarters oversees the formulation of policies and strategic plans for the transportation infrastructure and related systems. Is collaborative closely with the internal departments, Quangos, and external partners to foster a collective approach in policy development. Throughout the last year, the ministry has worked together with the Bermuda Airport Authority, Bermuda Tourism Authority, and Skyport in an effort to increase air service to Bermuda, which you are well aware of. The collaborative efforts and initiatives have materialized successfully. I am pleased to report the significant decrease in the Ministry of Transport's budget of approximately, as I mentioned, $4.1 million, mainly attributed to the absence of the requirement of the guaranteed minimum regulated revenue, which we normally pay to Skyport. This reduction underscores the growth in airlift in Bermuda. The team has worked to strategically enhance air service to Bermuda, particularly in response to the collapse posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. This reduction in budget serves as evidence of the substantial advances made in this regard. The Department of Marine and Port is responsible for regulating and safely operating Bermuda's maritime affairs, including maritime border security, search and rescue, and public transportation. In a significant stride towards enhancing public transportation services, a recent contract signed on February 6, 2024 with the department and Strategic Marine Singapore to purchase 2 new ferry bills stands as a beacon of positive news for commuters. A robust procurement process was conducted with the highest bid equating to $36 million. However, the department was able to secure a contract significantly lower, specifically $19.5 million, while maintaining quality assurance within the contract. The investment into our ferry fleets is the largest budget item in 24-25 capital plan. As part of the ministry infrastructure capital plan, the purchase, which will replace J.E. Cecil Smith and War Baby Fox ferries, signals a pledge to modernizing the ferry fleet and cater to the increasing demand for efficient and sustainable transportation operation. These new vessels, each capable of carrying up to 550 passengers, not only marks a considerable investment in maritime infrastructure, but also promise to improve the overall commuting experience for residents and tourists alike. In a groundbreaking move, the Department of Public Transportation and the Department of Marine and Port will be introducing and implementing digital fees, media for buses and ferries, marking a historical milestone in public transportation. This initiative, the first of its kind, represents a paradigm shift towards more efficient, convenient, and technological advanced payment system. The introduction of digital fare media not only streamlines the ticketing process for buses and ferries, but also enhance their overall commuter experience bringing public transportation into the 21st century. Commuters will enjoy the convenience of seamless transactions as digital fare media eliminates the need for physical tickets or cash. The integration of smart car technology and mobile applications offers passengers a range of payment options, providing flexibility and accessibility for diverse user preferences. Beyond the convenience factor, this innovative contributes to more accurate rideshare data, which we do not have right now, aiding in optimizing routes and improving service efficiency. As a positive step towards a cashless and digital connected society, the implementation of digital fare media not only modernizes public transportation, but also sets a precedent for future technological advancements in the transportation infrastructure. This forward-thinking approach promises a more connected, efficient, and user-friendly public transportation system, bringing about positive change in the daily lives of commuters and visiting tourists. Throughout this fiscal year, the ministry's overarching mandate is to continue the enhancement of Bermuda transportation systems, ensuring alignment with present and future demands for transportation services and products. This commitment underscores the government's dedication to investing in our people and our future. Lastly, I extend my gratitude to the dedicated and industrious team at the Ministry of Transport, as well as our valued partners who collaborate closely with the ministry to ensure the successful attainment of our common goals. Thank you. Now we'll hear from the Minister of Transport, the Minister of Education.
Good day, Bermuda. I'm thrilled to stand before you today to outline our vision and strategic steps we are taking through the 2024-25 Ministry of Education's budget allocation. Our commitment is unwavering as we continue to lead with purpose and pave the way for lifelong learning that empowers every Bermudian. As we continue to invest in our people and our future, the next fiscal year, our budget reflects an increase of $2.7 million from the 23-24 estimate, a testament to our belief in the transformative power of education and reinforce our commitment to enhancing our education system. The ministry is progressing with education reform and the transformation of the Bermuda public school system from a 3-tier system to a 2-tier system. This reform isn't just structural. It is about creating a nurturing environment that caters to our students' diverse needs and talents. This fiscal year, we will continue laying the groundwork for each of our next generation of leaders, thinkers, and innovators. In September 2023, we celebrated a significant milestone with the opening of the first parish primary schools in Warwick and Hamilton parishes, marking the beginning of a new chapter in our education reform journey, the path that has been one of learning and growth, with its share of challenges and triumphs. We are acutely aware that not everything has unfolded as we envisioned. However, our commitment to enhancing the educational landscape remains unwavering. To that end, we have allocated funding for the continued development of programs and ongoing professional development for our dedicated educators at our parish primary schools. Additionally, work to continue the education reform development needed to open Smith's and Devonshire Parish primary schools, along with the signature school at Sands Secondary Middle School in September 2025. This type of investment is a testament to our belief in the transformative power of education and a determination to provide the best for our children. The feedback from last week's professional development sessions is a beacon of the positive impact we are striving to achieve. Words of encouragement and stories of inspiration have reached my desk, shared by educators who are witnessing firsthand the fruits of their labor and the promise of what lies ahead. These successes are milestones and stepping stones towards realizing the vision we have set for our country's educational future. As we move forward, we must take pride in our achievements and draw strength from the challenges we have overcome. Together, we are laying the foundation for a brighter and more informed future for our children. Funding of $5.6 million has been allocated to support the education reform capital development projects, including continuing the current ongoing works at our first two parish primary schools, Francis Patton and Purvis. Work will be completed to provide upper-level classrooms on the newly developed classrooms at Purvis for Year 7 and Year 8 students. And additional work will be completed at Francis Patton to complete the Lyceum preschool building on the site and support the parish primary school curriculum. Funds have also been allocated to commence the foundation work for our two new parish primary schools, Smiths Parish and Devonshire Parish, and the work that is needed for the third signature school at Sands Secondary Middle School, which will feature hospitality and tourism and educational services signature learning programs for students entering into the school in September 2025. The Department of Education has been allocated $117.5 million, which will finance a range of educational programs and services, including the staffing of all schools. The department will continue to provide our Bermuda public school system students with equitable access to holistic, high-quality instruction, which is culturally relevant and empowers them to reach their full potential. The Department of Libraries and Archives has been allocated $3.2 million for the 24-25 fiscal year, marking a $160,000 increase from the previous year. This budget will support modernization efforts such as the creation of a new website and digital repository, improvement in records management, digitization of significant historical records, including the Royal Gazette microfilm project, and the acquisition of equipment for scanning historic documents and photographs, enhancing the Bermuda National Libraries and Archives. These enhancements will not only safeguard resources and government records, enriching Bermuda's cultural, educational, and historical landscape, but also lay the foundation for future research and exploration. By focusing on the digitization and preservation of cultural heritage, the department aims to foster a deeper sense of pride and identity amongst Bermudians, promoting a greater sense of appreciation and understanding of the island's rich history, thereby enhancing the community's access to archival information for genealogical research and educational purposes. We are not just preserving the past, we are making it accessible to all and continuing to transform our library and archives into a beacon of knowledge and pride. To understand the need to invest in our people and future, we will continue supporting, understanding the need to invest in our people and our future, we will continue supporting Bermudians through scholarships and awards for post-secondary education. We have budgeted just over $2 million in 24-25, an increase of over $1 million since 2017. The ministry will commit $30,000 to provide scholarships for up to 3 years for either undergraduate or postgraduate students studying at the University of West Indies. And we will continue to fund further education awards and the College Promise Program to the tune of $500,000 and $450,000 respectively. As a reminder, the Bermuda College Promise Program provides high school student graduates with GPAs of 3.0 or higher an opportunity to attend Bermuda College tuition-free. This program was created in 2020 and has provided Bermudians with access to cost savings of being able to complete 2 years of schooling in Bermuda tuition-free. A tremendous savings alternative, allowing parents paying for 2 years versus 4 years of schooling, making higher education a reality for more Bermudians. Additionally, discussions around the number of male teachers in the Bermuda public school system and the significant impact as role models for our children have taken place. As an outcome of those discussions, this year, the ministry will provide 3 awards of $7,500 to assist males in funding teaching practicums to encourage male teachers to consider joining the Bermuda public school system. At the Bermuda College, the annual grant will remain the same as last year at $14.6 million. Through partnerships, grants, and dual enrollment programs, we are ensuring that our students are not just ready for the world, but poised to lead it. In 24-25, the Bermuda College will continue to work with the Department of Education to provide college courses to qualified students through the dual enrollment program as part of the signature learning programs in the Bermuda public school system curriculum. In 2023, there were 55 dual enrollment students from both both public senior schools across various programs. There was also 13 students taking in the Certified Nursing Assistance Program and 3 students in the Emergency Medical or EMT program. The ministry envisions further development of this program as students transition through their signature learning programs and when more signatures come online. The Bermuda College will also continue to receive the $300,000 tuition grant to assist students with financial needs in academic and APACE division. In 2023, 134 students benefited from this grant, and 155 have benefited to date in this school year. A comparative number of students is anticipated to be assisted with the 24-25 grant. Like the recently announced partnership with Troy University, Bermuda College will continue expanding its articulation agreements with higher institutions in the United Kingdom and throughout North America to ensure seamless transition from Bermuda College graduates who wish to pursue education at 3- and 4-year institutions. Through a $350,000 grant in capital funds, the Bermuda government has given to the Bermuda College to ensure safety for their students. The Bermuda College will then carry out much-needed infrastructure repairs to their campus. In conclusion, as we embark on the 4th year of our education reform, our resolve has never been stronger. We are continuing to advance the 3-tier to 2-year plan with Parish Primary School rescoring process to be completed in the coming weeks, and the tabling of the necessary legislation in this parliamentary session to begin the process of forming the Education Authority. We are laying the foundations for an education system that is inclusive, quality-driven, and lifelong. We see that the hard work of our staff, community members, and change partners to date has set a strong foundation for the continuing of the implementation of our 21st century learning environment in the Bermuda public school system. I thank all of those who have participated to get us this far and look forward to continuing support for the benefit of our children. Today, I have shared a glimpse of our plans for the upcoming fiscal year, but the journey is ours to share. I invite each and every one of you to join us in this transformation endeavor. Together, we can assure that our children's future is bright, boundless, and distinctly Bermudian. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Rabain. And now I'll ask your cabinet colleague, Minister of Transport, to join you. And we will take questions from first the Royal Gazette.
Good morning. How's it going today? Few questions. First of all, can you say how the budget for the Ministry of Education will improve reading outcomes in public education?
There is a reading program that piloted last year, and that will be continuing to be implemented come September. So there has been funding that has been allocated for that program to be implemented.
Can you also more details about this program, what it's called?
I'll be happy to give you more details about that program at a later time. I just don't have the name of it here. But as I said, this is a brief introduction of our budget, and I urge you to tune in when we do the debate in the House, where I'll have much more information on very specific programs.
All right. What's happened to the History and Legacy Committee report? Their work, which could have changed the primary schools are closed, was supposed to have completed in November. Can you give us any update on that?
I'll repeat the updates that I've given to the press since November, that report has been delayed. But as I said in my statement, we expect that the scoring process will be completed in the coming weeks.
All right. Can you speak to an upcoming introduction of a phonics program for the University of Florida's Literary Institute in Bermuda's public schools?
I just spoke to a reading program that will be implemented, and we'll have more information on that when we do the heads debates.
All right. And can you give us an update on the interest in the specialty schools that have been introduced and that are coming up?
Could you be more clear about that particular, when you say specialty schools, what are you referring to?
Was it the International Business Preparatory School? When they go into the specialty school programs that were coming up. I understand some were already introduced.
I'm not quite understanding what you're speaking to. You could be talking about our signature programs.
That was what I was referring to. I apologize.
Our signature programs were introduced in 2021, and so we're in the second year. We're finishing the second cohort of those. The team is, the ultimate desire is to produce an annual report on how we are doing, and that I understand that report is imminently to be released. But from the drafts that I've seen, we've had nothing but positive reports from both students, parents, and teachers on those programs. And when we do get information back from our learning partners that have signed on with MOUs, they are expressing wonderful things that are happening with those programs.
If I can move over to the Ministry of Transport, if I can.
You're moving over, you want me to move?
Ideal, yeah. I mean, you can project, you're allowed. Can you give us an update on the digital fare and its timeline for when that might be introduced?
Good point. We should be introducing digital fare, I believe, in May. The whole package will not be completely up to date, but as far as putting in your cell phones and tapping, or showing it to the bus operator or the ferry operator will be done. The other parts will be added on later on where you just tap and get on.
Now, will cash continue to be an option? I ask because obviously there are some people in the community who do not have cell phones and perhaps do not have credit cards.
I'm glad you asked that question, particularly our seniors. So we will be giving them a card or whatever, so they can tap the same thing.
Now, obviously we've invested in 2 new ferries. Can you tell us what's going to happen to the old ferries?
Those old fares will have the options to be sold.
So has that process begun yet?
We haven't gone through the whole process, and that will be going through soon.
All right.
The final approval has not been given, let's put it that way.
We've also discussed the ferries. So obviously people in the East End and St. George's will be very interested in how much ferry service they'll be getting this summer. Can you give us any updates on how much?
Good point. We have increased ferry service. I believe last year it was 3 times a week. Now we're increasing to 5 times a week. Monday to Fridays, there'll be a ferry going back and forth between Dockyard and St. George's.
Now, obviously, we've had some progress when it comes to recovering our airlift.
Yes.
Can you say what efforts are still being made? Particularly, I know a lot of people are looking to increase the flights to Canada.
Well, we are diligently always working for improving air flights. We've been very successful with JetBlue. We've been very successful with United Airlines. We've been very successful with others. And we are having further discussions with Air Canada, either as far as increasing the number of seats or increasing in more airlines, more aircrafts.
Of course. And I think I will leave it to Nick.
Thank you. We'll take the Cooper.
I'm good. He's taking all of my transportation questions.
Well, look at that. Thank you very much. Look at that. The Royal Gazette, Bermuda Broadcasting have concluded. Ministers, we thank you very much. This is the conclusion of our press conference.
Thank you.